Okay, today we're going to cover FATTools patterns back in time. Now, this indicator, its purpose is go back in time and just identify a pattern. Lots of some of these indicators are used for debugging purposes to get our dispersion zones and things like that. But if we take and we apply this indicator, it's right here, it asks you the bar width and height, and then the pattern to hunt. Well, this is pattern 101. It's overstretched. It's just going to look for something that's overstretched down, and it looks for the 20 pattern, or it looks for about 20 bars around the pattern and what happens. So it's actually looking for something that says compared to the previous range, right here, we may have dropped more compared to the current range. And it labels the next 20 patterns on the chart. Okay. And after it labels out those 20 patterns, or 20 bars, not 20 patterns, it labels the next 20 bars. So it's just to give you an idea where it's at. It just shows you that it's dropping in that area. Okay. Now, it's also based on, it goes back and says, what's the previous range? What is the previous range? And looks for it to form. All right. 101. This is pattern 101. And I don't remember if it's overstretched bearish. It's red because it's overstretched bearish. So I would guess. I don't remember if it's overstretched bearish or bullish, but you'll have to watch the pattern pop-ups to tell you. So what it's doing, by pattern pop-ups, I mean when you can use the pattern labeler. You can come in here, you can go to Insert, Indicators, Custom, and you can go into Pattern Labeler, and you pop this pattern labeler on. If you turn this on to pattern mode, it will also tell you if there's a pattern there, what it is, and how come. But you put in the pattern numbers, and it shows you around 20 bars when if there was a pattern there or not. Okay, now there's a couple of things that can happen too. If you when you go to load a chart and you bring this up and it's a chart you've never had, this one's had all the charts opened up on it, every single one of them, except for maybe, I don't think I've opened the, what's it called? Metals. Let's open a metal on here. Now watch, we're going to count for a second when this pops up. See that pause? As soon as you come up and it is possible that the indicator grabs what's off your hard drive and draws it on there and doesn't bring it up to current. If that ever happens, we wait 1 second before we start to draw stuff. But if it took more than 1 second on your computer, it only used the data off the hard drive. So you can always just reload it and give it some time. This thing has data back 500,000 bars. And it will take it a minute to go through and load. So if I go to load some of these, like let's load Australian, the chart right here, it'll pop, but then it's going to take it a minute to reload this stuff. So whenever I use this indicator, I like to have it on black and white because it shows the bars up better. And it should only draw to the number of bars on the chart at the time. So you can have to scrunch this out. It still loads all the data, but you have to scrunch it in and out to get it, so that it doesn't sit there and redraw every single pattern. We have to go back through and load to the number of bars on the chart. So if you go into here and you go to Tools and you go to Options, see where that's 2,500 bars maximum on the chart. Well, that's the most bars that it can grab on here. Okay, that would be 2,500 bars. Okay, to go look at this. Now, there's other ways you can do that and bring it up. It just takes much more PC processing time to do that, and it'll cause your indicators to slow down for just a minute. For example, well, we'll give a whole lecture about data here in a minute. I'll give you a lecture about data. But when you go to load an indicator like that, and it's trying to cycle backwards, we limit it to the 2,500 bars. So it can have a little glitch where you load it up, boom, you try to run it, and it runs off the old data. Just reload the indicator if that happens. We'll give your computer 1 second to try to time to bring up the data. All right, thanks.